So I think we've given everyone sort of a couple of minutes to join. So thank you to all of those of you who are joining today's MuchLoved webinar. Hopefully it's sunny where you all are. Sounds like everybody who said hello. It's nice and sunny where you are. So today we're going to look at how to maximize traffic to your website using the MuchLoved service. The session this morning is being recorded. I'm going to look at this webinar with my colleague Richard here, who you should be able to see on your screen.
Good morning, everyone.
Depending how you're viewing it. To view your screen, if you don't want so many sort of pictures of us open, there's when you hover over our picture at the top, there's sort of options to sort of minimize it to one picture or two pictures. Hopefully you can all see my screen okay. But yeah, today's session is maximizing your traffic to your own website using your MuchLoved service. There's also the option to put some questions in the chat box, which some of you are doing, just to be aware that when you put the question in the chat box, there's a little chat at the bottom of your screen. Then you can choose two, and if you choose everyone, then that means that everybody can see the question that you're posing. And what we'll probably do is it may be that it's an opportune moment to answer some of those questions as we go along. If not, we'll look at the chat box at the end and answer everybody's questions then. Oh, sorry, that's me going through the. So how we're going to do this is Richard's going to give a little talk about search engine optimization, and then I'm going to go on and explain 5 ways of using the MuchLoved service to really maximize and optimize your traffic to your own website. I'll give the explanation of that. So handing over to Richard now to talk you through.
Hi, good morning, everyone. So today's session really is about SEO, search engine optimization. It's a bit of a mythical subject, and whilst we'll profess to be mini experts, there's lots out there that you can constantly learn. This little visual here just helps describe what SEO is and how it works, search engine optimization, and Google is by far the sort of leading search engine. The way it works is Google sends out sort of bots or spiders and crawling constantly around the internet. I look at it as effectively walking down a high street constantly, and if your shop front, your website is similar to that picture at the bottom there, Google will just walk on by. It will look once, recognize there's something there, log that page, and as it walks past again, moments later, it will see that there's no change, there's no effort being made into that website. So the most important thing you can do is to become the shop front on the top right, and that's to constantly refresh your shop front, and your shop front is your website. Lots of new data. That's what Google loves. It loves going past your website, looking through your window, and seeing lots of new stuff. Or you can pay for your SEO, or you can use our service to help boost your native SEO, and to do that, adding lots of new fresh content, and also making sure that that content is well shared amongst your community, either via social media, but probably more appropriately to your families. You just want to try to encourage as many visits to your site. So I've got some statistics later on to show you, but yeah, that's my little intro for now. But yeah, so your job as funeral directors, as well as your day job, is to make your shop fronts look nice and pretty.
Thank you. Just try and click through to the next slide. Oh. So I'll be explaining how these 5 top tips on how to do it, and there's 5 uses that we're going to demonstrate today for you on using the MuchLoved service to do this. It's going to maximize on how to maximize traffic to your own website and boost your own search engine optimization. Now, these 5 top tips are completely free. You know, there's a lot of money that people will pay for boosting search engine optimization and things like that, but using these 5 tips that we're going to share with you today, they're completely free and part of your service with us at MuchLoved. So number 1 is using the MuchLoved widgets. Then we'll go through and let you know and go through these points, letting your families know about the tribute, adding the QR code, sharing options, and client reviews. So I'm going to go through these steps with you. So using the MuchLoved widgets, many of you already use the MuchLoved widgets. So what are they? They are widget coding that we create on your behalf. It's completely free. We'll send it over to you. And it means your funeral listing, which is the, when you click the button that says funeral notices or tributes and donations, this funeral listing is embedded on your own website. So you gain the benefits from the traffic coming to your website. And also when someone clicks on either service details, what they're able to do with this is that will also demonstrate and show the family the key elements of the funeral information and that they can donate. This is also embedded within your own web pages as well. So all those clicks and all those extra traffic to your website will help optimize the search engine facility as well. If you, sorry, funeral notices, yeah, so that's using the MuchLoved widgets. The second one is actually let your families know about their tribute page. So what is a tribute page? It's like a mini website for them to keep forever. That might be sort of like an analogy to explain it for them. It's engaging. So for yourselves, it helps facilitate the online donations. It can include a Google map of where the funeral is taking place. But for your families going forward, it also has lots of other functionality. So letting them know that they can add photos, they can do fundraising events from the page, they can have a private journal. There's lots that they can do with their pages. And it is really, really engaging. And what you want is that people visit it as often as possible because it's linked back to your website. It has your logo in the top right-hand corner and probably in the bottom left as well. And that will link back to your website as well. So encouraging the people in your families and their friends to use the tribute page. It is engaging. You can make it a bit more engaging and personal by adding, the page themes and things like that as well. When you share the tribute page with them, they'll probably keep this email that you've sent or the sharing option that you've sent as well. So again, linking people back to your website the more hits to that page will have benefits for you as well. The next one is adding the QR code to the order of service. We've got an example here. People are far more familiar nowadays with using QR codes. So you're able to include this on the back of the order of service, and then that will take those families and anybody attending the funeral to your own tribute details again on your website. So that's more hits and more traffic to your pages. All those who are going to be donating as well, again, they'll probably use or can use the QR code going back to your website, all that traffic and hits being added to your pages as well. So the sharing options, this page here should be a little bit or fairly familiar to you. It's a sort of demo screenshot that we've taken from a partner area. And I've highlighted three areas here. So the first one is the tribute owner. So this is the page that you'll look at when you open your MuchLoved partner area. It lists all the tribute pages you've created, but make sure you're adding the tribute owner in. This will send an email to the family member and it lets them know of their tribute page. They're unlikely, this is the email they're probably unlikely to delete, and they'll keep that and that will link again to their tribute page and again increase hits to your own website as well. Over here on the right, when you create the tribute page, we automatically create a QR code for you, and Richard will show you a little bit more within a live demo of the partner area in a moment. But yeah, when you create a tribute page for your partners, for your families, I mean, it does generate a QR code, and that's that QR code that you can download and pop onto the order of service. I've also highlighted here the SMS sharing. So when you create a tribute page, there's the ability to also share that tribute page with your family, which they might then share on via all their other social media tools and WhatsApps and things. But you're able to send them a text. So it generates that text if you just pop the number in, and then you're able to share it that way as well. So yeah, there's lots of sort of sharing options that we generate automatically. And then the fifth one is the client reviews. Now, client reviews are brilliant. They will be, again, it's using the widget functionality. We create a widget for that. It's the coding, and again, it means that your client reviews are embedded directly on your own web pages. So it's a way for you to continue to refresh your web pages. There's the ability to ask for independent reviews with using the green stars that you can see on the demonstration page here, but you can also add manual thank you cards and things like that. So refreshing that page and using the client reviews, excuse me, does mean that you've got fresh content being added onto your website. People will shop around. They will nowadays sort of look at different organizations. I know that when I might be looking to buy something online, I will have a look through the reviews. So keeping that fresh is also, you know, if you see a review that's fairly recent, you know, it gives an indication that you are refreshing your pages, you are active. So yeah, keep people coming to your website by using those client reviews as well. Now what I'm going to do is Rich is now going to take the screen from me and give you a demonstration of doing this in practice. Richard, you just need to unmute yourself as
well. Okay, so hopefully you can see, you see my screen there, Catherine?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, before I begin the little practical demonstration, I thought I'd just revert back to some work that was done by Jerry King, who runs Funeral Director website, who did some Google Analytics for his clients, proving that the embedded funeral announcement pages were the most visited pages on his clients' websites, probably even more so often than the home page. So embedding it is the key thing. So if you are using our backlink tribute garden link, then do think about sort of upgrading to the widgets. That then puts all that information onto your site. So just further on from our little analogy earlier on, so here's a little demonstration site that MuchLoved have got. It's a little demo site, nothing more. It's not a real funeral director site, but we put a bit of effort in here, and we've created a lovely site, and we've embedded our funeral notice widgets and also our review and testimonial widgets. So a quick look. This will be pretty much Coles to Newcastle for most of you. But there's all the funeral details, all embedded, and they're all actually on, these would all be on the MLoved website. The reviews, we will go through how to host and post some of these reviews. The reviews all provide lots of positive content, hopefully positive, and one of the key things is that you can actually keep a lot of control over whom you send any review invites to, and you also have the ability to reply back to those reviews. That's something, if you are using our review service, that's something that's not often utilised. And also you have the ability to upload any card or letter testimonials that you have received. So those cards and letters that are sort of sitting probably on your sideboard behind you or on your desk, you can simply upload those. I'll give a brief demonstration of how to actually do that. We'll just go to the partner area for MLoved. This will all, again, look pretty familiar to everyone. The first thing is, well, quickly demonstrate the QR code, how easy it is to download that. So we've created a tribute here for Mr. David Britton. If you want to get the QR code, simply click the QR code link and download either one. The second one does have your logo embedded in it. Do test it to make sure that it actually functions correctly. Sometimes the little logo can cause some problems, but just simply download that, put it into your appropriate file, and then add that, like Catherine said, to the back of the order of service. People would then be instantly taken to the page hosted on your website, and they can interact with it. They can upload pictures, make a donation, view the webcast, etc. Just go back to the all tributes. I do think it's quite a generational thing, the sharing via SMS. It's not going to be appropriate for everyone, but if you feel that your families would benefit from that, I suspect it'll be a younger generational share option. You click on the SMS and you can just simply put in the next of kin's email, mobile number, and send that, and they can then easily share that within a WhatsApp group or similar. Obviously, all these shares will all be branded and linked back to yourselves. So the spreading the word, I often use an analogy of any emails that get sent out or any shares via sort of WhatsApp is a bit like having your favorite sort of takeaway menu in your drawer. We will get dozens through our letterbox each week, but it's only the one that you always go to, and you want to make sure that you are the funeral director that everyone wants to go to because you're the most familiar one. You want to be that sort of takeaway menu in everyone's inbox, and people will never delete an invite to a much loved page. If you're not using our review service, please contact your account manager and they can help you or create the widgets for it. But it's very easy to manage them. If you click in the reviews, you can easily sort of set. You can send reviews. You can send reminder reviews if there's no if a review isn't sent. And if you wanted to, you can. I'll just quickly send myself a quick review for a funeral. This is off screen here. One's going to appear in my inbox. I'm just going to reply. So reply to the review. I'm going to give it a 5-star review for MuchLoved. It's great service. Thank you. This is me as a member of the public. This is Pete's. My name. I'm going to resend that review back. If I press F5, you see that just to refresh the page, that will generate a reply. I can see that it's been returned and it's in a pending approval status. Let's go and review what Mr. B said. He said it was a great service, thank you very much. And I, as the funeral director, will write a quick reply. A pleasure to serve you. Okay, and I shall say that, and I will then approve the review. Now, after 7 days, they do approve automatically. If there are any issues, you can flag it for moderation, and MuchLoved will intervene. But I'll approve that. And if I then go back to the MuchLoved site, you'll see Pete's funeral there, and also the reply. And these two bits are those extra bits. Are the extra content that Google will now sort of hinge on, and they will return that back to their database and say this website MuchLoved is a busy funeral director, and they're putting lots of new fresh content out constantly, and they will boost you or boost MuchLoved up the Google rankings. To add any client cards that you've received, that's in the review section as well. Reviews added on behalf of clients. Simply click add a review. You can ask the permission of the family, but the data is actually yours, so you can there's no obligation to. We'll say in this case we will. Mrs. S. Again, a great service. This is me just transcribing the card onto the website, and we'll go back to the website, and we'll see that a new testimonial has been added. Where are we? There's Mrs. S. There's Mrs. S's service. Obviously all these I've just added them in this morning, and they sort of take precedent over any client feedback. But so lots of new fresh content for this particular website, all managed from your partner area. So just stressing the fact of the share functionalities, the QR code, the SMS where appropriate, and also just to always make sure that you, where appropriate, to add a tribute owner. So that's it from me in terms of a practical demo. So I think it's back to Catherine.
Yeah, thank you. Just make sure I'm showing the right page. So as Richard's gone through, thank you so much, Richard. I think that's really useful to sort of see in real terms how you do that. So really just thinking to yourself, what kind of website shop front do you want to be? You can be sort of like this really jazzy one, lots of fresh content going on, really engaging, pushes you up Google search, or this one that doesn't add sort of any content and people just walk by. So it's a really nice visual to see that. I think 3 things, if I would sort of just sort of conclude this, is 3 things to do is maybe spend a couple of extra minutes to make those tribute pages special for your families. That will then in turn make them more engaging. So people will want to engage, they'll want to add content and continue to visit it. So make sure you personalize it. One of the sentences actually you could include is to sort of a message to people who have been visiting the page is, please feel free to share your stories, thoughts and memories of X, whoever the deceased is. And I know I created a tribute page, helped a family that I knew recently, and I added that, and actually the content has been huge on there, and they've really sort of shared it far and wide, and the page is gaining, you know, great momentum, great loads of donations, but also it's highlighting the funeral director who kindly created it for them. So just to round it up, if you add tributes, you add client reviews, and that's lots of content daily or very regularly. The search engine bots will think that you're updating and refreshing the web pages, and this will have a really beneficial whatever the word is, you know, impact on using the search engine optimization and Google searches and things like that. And also just make sure, you know, your organization look fresh and active. So do we have any questions? Actually, I haven't actually been looking at that. I've just been chatting away.
Yeah, Christian was just asking about the, I did answer it, the, who gets, so where the invite gets sent to. So it does get sent to, it's the much loved page that gets sent to the family, but obviously that is then backlinked to your website. But that's been answered, I think, a couple of times.
Yeah, so if it's the QR code, it takes them to the tribute detail. If you've got the tribute details widget on your website, when you download the QR code, it actually takes them to that tribute details. That's the sort of snapshot of information with the service that's taking place and the donate button and things like that on your own website.
Karen, the QR code will take people to your service link. The email link will take them to the individual's page, remembering that whilst we will give you as much SEO as we can, and we'll pass that all back on to you, we're still very much connected with the bereavement side of what you're creating for your family. So we want to be the direct link for that next of kin for any management of that page. So the link will always go directly to the underlying much loved page, but that is backlinked to your site.
Does anybody else have any questions that they'd like to ask whilst we're here? No. Well, thank you very much indeed, everybody. If you do have any questions, or you want to use the widgets, or want to have any, you know, conversation about this, then do contact your account managers. Mine and Richard's details are there. You'll know who they are. Or if you'd like
You'll be able to see me next week if you're at the AGM, an EFD AGM. We'll have our usual stand and usual merch, and you can ask me any questions, and I can answer any questions directly there.
Brilliant. Well, thank you, everybody. And hopefully you get to enjoy some of this sunshine today.